Hey, tribe. Today, I'm going to tell you and show you how I'm prepping my business for 2025 and give you ideas on how you can too. So let's dive in. If you're like me, I need to keep everything organized. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping everything organized because things be in 4 and 5 different notebooks and stuff like that. And you like, I knew I had an idea, but where did I put it? Or, like I'm thinking about launching this, but where is it? And so one of the things that I did was get a planner this year that is enabling me to advance in my business in a way that is keeping me organized. So I know where all my analytics are. So I know where my mission and vision statement is and what my focus for the quarter is. I can brain dump and do all kind of things. So let's get into that. First of all, here is my planner for this year. This is my 2025 planner. As you can see, the girl on here, you probably can't see it, but back here is my actual logo. So this was a custom design for me for the cover. The cover is a custom design for my particular business. It includes my business colors and things like that. And I always tell you guys, you always want something that you are excited or want to write in. And this makes me excited. It makes me want to write in it. I cannot wait until January so I can start writing in it. And honestly, I can actually start using it now because there are some things that need to be put in here before I even get started. And number one is when you're in business, you want to make sure that you understand what is the mission and the vision of your business. So in here, it has at the very beginning, your mission and vision statements. And I know for some people, especially when you starting in business, you're like, I don't really know, but what are you in business to do? Who are you to influence, or whose life do you want to change? Where do you see your business being in the next 5 years? You need to be able to write it down because let me tell you, when it get hard and the money ain't coming in, you need to remember why you doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it does get difficult. And I know some of my seasoned business owners can attest to that. Even if you've only been in business for a year, oh my goodness. But this will keep you motivated because you know exactly what the vision is for your business. So make sure that you are writing those type of things down so that you can be focused. And then also, it contains an execution plan. And I love the execution plan because it has one for each quarter. For quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. But what is the vision for this particular year? What are the things that I'm trying to accomplish in this particular year? Because sometimes at the beginning of the year, we have these big audacious ideas. And then by like April, we like, what was I supposed to be doing? Or we're not even measuring whether it worked or not. And should we move on to something else? Or did we afford enough time to it? And that's why it's important to do things quarterly so that you can get a good measure of whether something is working or not. And then also it includes yearly events. You definitely want to think about what are your events for this year that you would like to attend. What holidays do you want off? Because honey, if my husband off, I'm off. I am taking my time off. I'm not playing around, but I also account for my birthday, any other holidays that I need to make sure that I'm aware of for my business. Also, any events that I'm aspiring to go to or I've already paid for to go to, because many events you can pay for a year ahead of time and you don't want to forget things that you paid for, right? So you want to look forward to events that you actually know of. And as the year progresses, you'll go ahead and add other events in there as well. But now is a great time to think about what are the events that I want to sign up for or I have already signed up for so that you can keep track of that and you're not like, oh my goodness, where did this come from? And then there's also a section for product and service launch. For me, I have products as well as services. So anything that I want to launch within the year or I'm thinking about so that I can pre-plan, I put in this section so that I know that that's what the focus is about to be for the next 3 months or 1 month or however I decide to do it. Those type of things will go here. Also, I would submit to you that if you're a content creator, to also put the product launches or the dates of the affiliates that you work with. So say you work with Bath and Body Works, or I don't know, TJ Maxx, my favorite. Whenever they're launching holiday things or any other things, you want to make sure that you're putting those type of things in here as well, so that you're aware, so that those things don't catch you off guard if you know ahead of time. And then there's also a space for a brain dump. We definitely want to brain dump all the time. Any ideas that you may have or anything that you like, I need to get this out of my head and onto some paper. I am a firm believer that you have to get things onto paper and don't just leave them in your head, because when you do that, sometimes it gets pushed out and you forget. Sometimes you run out of room to remember things because you haven't consistently did some type of brain dump. So make sure that you're doing that as well. And then keeping track for the month. So now that we have everything settled for what we're going for the year, now we're going to break it down into the month. So what are my top 3 goals for January? I'm going to put those here. Currently, I'm only on YouTube. I have an Instagram and stuff like that, but I do want to track my social media stats. So to see what is my growth like? What are the people liking? What are they not liking? What is it that I could do to help my audience? So you want to keep track of, is something growing? Because at the end of the day, we want our businesses to grow, right? We want to be able to help people, but we want to service them. And we also need to be paid for our efforts. We want to make sure that we're profiting from what we're doing. So whether that be in growth financially or whether it be growth in subscribers and things like that, it is important to keep track, because any good business knows what its health is, knows the pulse of it, and knows whether it's growing or not. So you want to make sure you have a space for that. Also keeping track of emails and any analytics, any reminders, and any email subjects that you may come up with as you are just coming up through the year, because there are some things that pop up and you like, oh shoot, I forgot about that. Let me write that down. And then taking the monthly calendar and writing all those events and putting everything in here so I can see it at a glance, and also writing any notes or to-dos or things I don't want to forget as well here. And then breaking the monthly things down to weekly. So within the first week, what is it that I need to accomplish? I personally keep my meal prep, my meal planning in my calendar as well, because before I go grocery shopping, I need to know what I'm shopping for. So I put that here. Also, any to-dos for that day. What am I keeping track of? What are my top 3 goals for this week? What am I focusing on? Who am I talking to? What calls and collaborations I need to focus on? What are my expenses for the month, so that bills don't catch me off guard? Because let me tell you, in business, it's not like your bills, your personal bills. I don't know what it is, but if it ain't written down or scheduled for me, I will forget about it, because it's not something that often happens every month. I normally pay all my bills annually, so I have to pay attention when they're due. So that will go in here as well. So are there any other things that you can think of that you want to keep track of in 2025 and to help you get started in 2025? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. How are you prepping your business for 2025? Also, if you know a small business owner, consider getting them one of these planners, because let me tell you, this is one of the best to it when it comes to keeping everything organized, keeping track of everything. There's also, I forgot to show y'all, it's also analytics in the back to help you. There's a stats and analytics page in the back that will help you keep up with your mileage. So whether your product or service based, wherever you are going, you need to make sure that you write down your mileage. That is good for your taxes. We want to keep up with stuff like that. doing our monthly reviews of everything. You want to make sure that you're keeping track of these things, because like I said, how do you know the health and pulse of your business if you're not keeping track of it? So if you know an aspiring small business owner, grab this to encourage them. I think it's important to encourage small business owners, because them first few years, whether you're profitable or not, is rough. You're trying to find your way. You're trying to find your flow in business. And we can get there quicker if we are actually keeping track of everything and knowing what the health of our business is. Okay? So you can grab this. If you'd like to take a look at this, this will be down in the description box. And I hope that this encouraged you to think about things that will help your business. Okay? I love you guys to life. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.